Welcome to the weekend update for Liberty, Leadership, and Lies with Larry Linton, coming to you from the Goat Locker studio here in Sevierville, Tennessee. Let's start the show off with a, hey, let's go Brandon. Let's go Brandon. Anyway, well, I'd like to congratulate Peggy G for being the winner of the podcast milestone t-shirt. Thank you to everybody that entered the drawing. I have put up a picture of the t-shirt on the website and social media pages. If you would like to order one, just let me know and we can make arrangements for purchase and shipping. If you watch the video, you can see that I'm wearing a hashtag Larry for TN12 hat. If you would like one of those, I can get one made for you and shipped out to you as well. Just send an email to larry@libertyleadershipandlies.com. For some campaign news, thank you to everybody that has donated to my campaign to represent Tennessee's 12th House District. It is much appreciated, and I will put it to good use. If you have not donated, please consider doing so. There is a link on the webpage as well as the Facebook page, or you can send a check to my campaign headquarters. If you would like to send a check, just email me for the address to send it to. For a programming note, the 27 October episode of the podcast will contain readings by public figures of the Declaration of Independence and the Constitution of the United States of America. I will be putting that together to air that day. You see, the whole family will be quite busy with my baby girl's wedding for the entire last week leading up to the big day on the 26th. So I'm just going to pre-record this and hang it up there. In local news, I've hung up on the webpage in the blog an event this coming Veterans Day that will be exciting. Seating will be free but limited, so sign up soon. Constitutional attorney Mr. Jeffrey Cobble will be speaking at this event. We've spoken of him before. The keynote speaker will be former ambassador to the UN and presidential candidate, but more importantly, brilliant conservative Alan Keyes. Well, on to the state news. It seems that the mini-tyrants here in Tennessee in the medical community are at it still. I would say again, but they have not paused at all. At some hospitals in Nashville, they are denying religious exemptions to the COVID vaccine. Despite their reassurances, they would be presented a process for exemption. It is sometimes baffling why people are so determined to submit everyone to getting this, by all accounts, risky vaccine, even if they have natural immunity. Because if it was about the science, our nation would not be where we are today with a manufactured battle between the vaccinated and unvaccinated and those with natural immunity. Well, it's not really baffling. We all know the reason why the push from all levels of government and some in the private sector. It is easier to control a population that is identifiable as one that submits to government unconstitutional mandates rather than one that stands up for themselves despite all of the coercion. On the national news front this week, I'm encouraging every listener to actually research what is in the massive $3.5 trillion reconciliation bill. It seems that some of the apathy with regard to government spending is starting to wear off. A majority of Americans actually feel that more government spending would make their lives worse. Duh! Let's cover some of the terrible points of this bill, but like I said, go research it for yourself. Now, not only did our southern border become an absolute mess with the installation of the usurper-in-chief, there's this little tidbit in the massive spending bill. The illegal aliens that are flooding our border will now be eligible for free college enrollment. By the way, there's no such thing as free. Somebody's paying for it, just not the recipient. And that somebody that's paying for it would be the taxpayers of this nation. The illegal aliens would also enjoy student loans and child tax credits, effectively giving them a permanent, guaranteed basic income. Our government hates us. It is diluting our birthright citizenship right before our eyes and making us pay for it as well. The bill will also create an army of climate police funded by the federal government. Remember, when it's funded by the federal government, it's funded by you and me. But wait a minute. Isn't the Democrat Party the party of quote-unquote defund the police? Well, they're actually just defunding the police that keep us safe. They are perfectly okay with funding a police force that is created to further rob us of our sweat equity. Well, that's it for this weekend. Until next week, this has been the weekend update of Liberty, Leadership, and Lies with Larry Linton. I pray you all have a wonderful weekend. Stand in the arena. Reveille, it's time to wake up.